Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome back once again. And as usual, I'm Glenn Soa, a student of Vouch Initiative International. Today, I'll be teaching you the step-by-step procedure of using the Sketchup tool. But then, we will be using our Sketchup web. So without wasting my time, let's get straight to it. Alright, so as I said in my intro, we will be designing a tiny house using the Sketchup tool. And if you do not have the Sketchup tool, you could use the web-based Sketchup by going to Sketchup web. So once you click on it, it will send you to the home page. Then you click on Sketchup for web online 3D. So wait for it. So you have the interface, and then we won't be needing all those things. So you just go to start modeling. That's if you do not have the setup. But if you do have your setup of the SketchUp, you could just open your SketchUp and then start working on it. So we will use our web. This is how it looks like when it's been opened for the first time, but since I've worked in it, you see I have my file in it. So you go to click or create new folder, and if you already have it on your device, you just go to open from device. So let's click on here. This is how it looks when it's been opened. First, you delete this man. You can either use your delete button or right click on your mouse and go to erase or hide. So let's erase him. Then always remember that you draw in a 2D form, not in a 3D. So we go to our scene, then we go to our plan view, which is top. Once clicking on it, you can close it, you can also leave it, depends on the size of your plan. So there are two ways to draw. First is the pencil tool. You could use a pencil tool to draw your room size, or you could use a rectangle, your rectangle to draw your room size. So anyone that you prefer, you could use it, but now we'll be using our rectangle tool. And then always make sure you draw on the red line. So notice that when I choose the pencil tool and I'm drawing, it shows me the line that I'm drawing on. When I'm drawing this way, it shows me the line that I'm drawing on. We have a green, the blue, and the red. So let's pick our rectangle and then let's start drawing. So our room size will be, but before we type in our room size, you notice that the more I move my pencil to, the more the measurement goes up. One mistake most people do is that once they click on it, they come to click here to type in the measurements. No, you don't do that. You could use it, then type in your measurements, and then so you may wonder why it didn't show. It did show, but just that it did show in. So we are going to use our pencil tool to draw. Now we'll draw our length, which is 30 feet. So this is our 30 feet by our 18 feet and 30 by our 18. So we have our room here. The next thing we have to do is to offset this, and then we go to our offset tool. So we click on our offset tool, click on any edge of the face, then our offset will be 7 inches. So after offsetting, you right click on the middle and then you delete it. So you notice that immediately I right click and I erase the middle part vanished or disappeared. Now what is left for us to do is to push and pull. To push and pull, you use your scroll button to turn over the plane, then place your push and pull tool anywhere on the plan. It could either be here, Okay, so you notice that when it was far, I thought I was clicking on it, but it wasn't. So before you push and pull on anything, you make sure that you zoom in to make sure that the tool is on it. Because if the tool isn't on it, you wouldn't really push and pull anything. So we put our tool on it, then we push and pull. The height will be 10 feet. Now we have our room. which is a single room now. So we draw in the, we need to cover the ground, so we're drawing in the ground floor. We pick our rectangle.
I'm not ready. I'm ready.
Now the next thing we are going to do is to draw our ground view. We need to cover this place, so you make sure it's on an end point, then you draw. Now you notice once I drew the rectangle, it didn't really appear, right? The reason why it didn't appear is because we drawing the rectangle, the software knows that it's part of the what we've drawn already, which isn't. So to prevent that from happening, we need to group everything we draw to, in order to avoid making mistakes. The reason I'm saying that is, let's say we draw this. Let's say we have to draw this now. We have this, and we have to draw this in addition to it. We can't just edit, or let's see, we can't just move this around. It pulls or it drags the following rectangle, which makes it a messy work. So to prevent that, we always make sure that we group it. By grouping, we triple click on it, then right click. So now let me use this for an example. We already have this view, then we draw it. So moving this one, you see it's making it a mess. So now let's end it, and then let's delete this. Let's delete this, and then triple click on the plan to select everything. After that, we right click and then we make a group. Now let's test it again to see. You notice that, sorry, now you see just one device moves around, the rest doesn't follow. So you always make sure you group anything you draw, even if it's a single piece of thing, you have to group it first. So since it has been grouped already, let's draw our ground view, which is by using the rectangle. And then now you see it's covered, so we have to we use our push and pull tool, which is this. So you notice once I leave it on it for a while, it shows the name that push and pull. So we use that. Click on the ground view once and then drag down. You don't click and hold, you just click once and then you drag down. So now the height will be 5 inches. Now this is the height of our ground view. And don't forget to always group anything you make. Always group. So now it has been grouped already. Now the house is never complete without a roof, right? So the next thing we do is draw the roof of the plan or the building, and then with the roof we raise it and do it 4 inches. So we have our room and then our roof now. And like I said, always remember to group in order to avoid making other rooms intersect with each other. Now we have our room, and the next thing we have to do is draw our doors and windows, and make sure we use the right measurement. So we click on our tape measure tool, and then let's go. We have so we click on any parts of the door, then we use our measurement, which is let's use 8 feet for this, and then another 8 feet, and we make our door 8 feet. Our door will be 8 feet. So now the space here, is where we are going to use for our doors. And in order to do that, you have to now the next thing that we are going to do is to edit components or make edit and add details to it. We are going to add our doors and our windows. So in order to do that, we triple click on the plan and click anywhere. So you notice that once I triple clicked, we had this cube, or let's see, this cube around our object. This is what allows it to edit or add details to our design. So the next thing we are going to do is to click on our tape measure, click on any point of the plan, and you notice that it was on the blue axis. When I placed the edison on it, it showed blue, meaning it's on the blue axis. So we move it to 8 feet. The next one, you notice that this one too is red. You notice it's red, so that one will be 8 feet. And then we have our door at 8.5 feet. Yeah. So this space here is going to be used for our door, and in order to draw our door, we go to the rectangle. Yeah, and then make sure we zoom into everything. The next is the push and pull. You click on it once. Make sure you see this on face. If it doesn't show on face, it doesn't really the reason why the on face is needed is because once you highlight anything and then move it, push and pull it, the software automatically knows that this face is intersecting with this face, so it needs to delete this face. That's why the on face too is needed. Then our next is the window. So we add our window here, pick our tape measure, go with our 8 feet. So with the windows we use 6 feet. With the windows we use 6 feet. And then from ground we use 3 feet. And then another 5 feet. So here is going to be our window. The next thing we do is to pick on our rectangle, then draw in the middle of it. Then we next push and pull it. So you see we have our window here. You could add another window to this side. So let's add another window. Three feet. Sorry, was supposed to be 6 feet rather. So 6 feet. Another 6 feet. Then 3 feet. 3 feet. And another 5 feet. And shampoo. So yeah, we have our windows. Now the next thing we have to do is just click anywhere on the page. Just right click on anywhere and then it destroys. Now we have to delete all these measurements. Oh next thing we are going to do is to delete all these guidelines. So you click on your display, then click on delete all guides. You notice that I deleted everything. Now we close our. Now we have to add tags to everything in order to be able to edit it, or maybe hide it in case we need to add something, or we need to make a little details or a little exchange on anything. So now come to your tag, then you click on your roof. So you go on tag, then you name it, let's name it what, roof. Then we click on enter or OK. Now we double click or triple click on the roof, right click and go to entity info. So you notice that when you came to the entity info, it showed us untagged. So what we have to do is we click on it and then we add it. We click on the roof tag. So now it has been tagged, and anytime you click on it, the software or the program knows that you want to edit the roof. Now, and the reason why the tag is important is that, let's say I want to place an object inside this building, I could turn this off and then automatically the roof disappears. Not that it's been deleted, or its attribute has been hidden. Sorry, its attribute has been hidden. So once I click back, it displays, and then so that's the use of the tag now. So our next is walls. Okay, then let's name our floor to floor. Okay, so then entity for walls, untagged floor. So now we've already tagged everything, and we have our walls, our doors, and everything now.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you next time. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And leave any comments. You could leave it in the comment section. I will make sure I get back to you. Thank you.